I hope things are going well with everyone. Things in New York, let's just say things are getting pretty lively here. As the world is slowly getting back to normal, one thing we still can't seem to solve is making trash anime. Thankfully, we got some animes that got some thick ass legs for carrying all of seasonal anime on their back. One such anime is Mushoku Tensei. Even though Gintoki constantly reminds us why we need to raise Japan's age of consent of 13, Mushoku Tensei is without the doubt the most goated isekai of all time. This sentiment was definitely made more apparent with the recent episodes that came out. So let's talk about it. We're diving right in by me saying that I'm very well impressed with how the series tackled fan service. And I'm not saying that because I'm obsessed with Rudis' mom.
Do you know what a MILF is?
Yes.
Okay, we don't have to say it out loud. So then you know.
What the fuck?
There's a good reason why I don't talk about ecchi or fan service series on my channel, and that's because as you're watching these different ecchi series, at a certain point you ask yourself, why don't you just make this a hentai? Why you gotta go the beta route and blue ball the whole audience? Mushoku Tensei is different because it shows the more mature side of fan service. Of course, you got Rudis doing dumb shit like putting panties on his head, but you still see him actively fighting the struggle with the demon of lust. And the fan service at times was really explicit, like elf homegirl be taking 4 dudes at once. Like, goddamn! Studio Binds, I'd like to put a pre-order of the Blu-ray uncensored version of this. Arigatou gozaimasu. Another thing the series does really well is the impressive world building. We definitely need to give a shout out to the hard work for this Makoto Shinkai god level background art, cause shit was more crisp than a newly opened can of beer. Like straight up, I thought I was in a video game cause it just felt so immersive. They don't even be playing the opening. White Fox animators be flexing by running through their video game level concept art like they're trying to sell us something. It was these small details that made us feel like we're adventuring alongside with the whole Dead End crew. And talking about the Dead End crew, can we please talk about the amazing character development of Aerys Grey Rat? I have never remembered from going from completely detesting a character to absolutely adoring the character. Aerys was such a brilliantly written character, and I cannot stress that enough. I mean, in the beginning of the series, homegirl was so hated, even the butler tried to kill her. That's tough, cause you know these old school medieval butlers had Alfred levels of loyalty. So for a person with that kind of background, and seeing that same person wanting to sell you off to child prostitution, Aerys had a pretty unmanageable personality. So to see Aerys go from that version of herself to the version where she's verbally standing up for her master and not enacting violence at all, man, I was caught off guard. Even more so, when she did get in an actual fight with a loved one, she would be mature enough to not take it too far. But the scene that really prompted me to really fall for her character and deadass pull out $153.04 to purchase her non-scale figure was the scene where she tried to comfort Rudis after finding out that the Madre is gone. Elegance. Pure elegance. Mademoiselle Aerys Grey Rat. But I know why y'all are here. We gotta talk about the forefront of all of our Twitter wars, which is the Paul vs Rudis rap beef. Now the question arises, who is in the right and who is in the wrong? And most importantly, who am I leaning towards? I want to say it's 49.75 Paul and 50.25 for Rudis. And I'm only docking 2.5 for Paul out of respect for Rudis' mom.
Stop it. Get some help.
In all seriousness, I'm leaning towards Rudis because I felt Paul was way too emotionally charged in that moment. Like, I understand Rudis' errors, cause in this case, he be out here playing Dragon Quest with Aerys, while his mom might have been sold off to be sexually exploited in a Dragon Quest hentai. But at the same time, Paul, give my dude a break! When someone is in survival mode, they don't have the luxury of thinking about things that are completely out of their control. Like, Rudis ain't out here randomly going, golly, According to my Lilia Panties makeshift sundial, it must be approximately 4 Roxy menstrual cycles in. I really hope my mom paid off her wheat taxes on time. Bitch, no! Homeboy is stripped naked, locked up with Lupin's cross-dressing cousin, stranded in the middle of FurryCon. The only thing on his mind is survival. But I do feel pretty bad for my boy Paul. He looked like he deadass survived the whole ReZero timeline, and when he got back to his village, he then gets isekai'd by Horse Carriage Kud, and now he's stuck in the Steins Gate Zero timeline. Well, the crazy thing is, the author of Mushoku Tensei actually said the audience is going to hate Paul even more with these upcoming episodes. Anyways, I'm in absolute love with the series, and I hope this is also on your top 3 anime of this year. I cannot wait to see where the series goes. Thank you guys for your support. This is your boy Yi-Man. Peace out.